Welcome back again, rum lovers. It's me, Jamie of Ready Set Rum, and today we have the La Hechicera rum. So this rum was gifted to me by Dodie Keith. She's my boss, the company I work for, one of the developers that we work for, gifted her this rum coming back from Colombia, and she then gifted it to me for me to do this review. She just supports her employee at this point, encouraging me in my craft and in my hobby of rum review. So thank you, Dodie, for this. So let's get into the rum. La Hechicera. This means the enchantress in Spanish, and basically what they were going for here is the terroir, the nature, the country of Colombia, and so much that it has to offer, the diversity, the biodiversity, and that is encapsulated in this bottle. So on the bottle, there's a lot of palm trees and different types of plants and ferns all around the bottle. It's kind of it's like a black mark in there, so you can see where the liquid isn't there. You could probably see it a lot better, but there is almost like an art piece wrapping this bottle. Nice masculine bottle. On the top, the logo, the insignia of the company is there, and on the front as well in blue, it's also on the front here. So this logo or emblem is a praying mantis, and it's between two what it looks like flowers on the end and some archway type of thing, and it says Ron Colombiano. So the packaging to me is really high profile. It really screams expensive. It's real wood on the top. The cork is real cork. It actually broke a little bit, so it is real cork. Really high quality packaging, really high quality appeal. Very, looking at this bottle, you could charge me some money and I'll believe you, right? In America, the bottle is about $55 plus taxes. Honestly, I could only find it a few places online, so it's not like you walk into a liquor store and get it. So you're gonna end up paying probably like $70 with shipping and handling to get this bottle. This is a European bottle, 700 milliliters, not the American bottle, and this was bought in Colombia. As I said, bottle is great, price is pretty decent for a good bottle of rum. So let's make sure and evaluate whether it's a good bottle of rum. So I poured a bit early, made sure it breathed. I opened the bottle over the weekend because honestly what I've been recognizing is with Spanish style rums, a lot of times it needs time to breathe. When you get into it and when you let it go over time, you get a different flavor. Let's talk about the color. So a nice amber color, a darker amber color. It's not like a bright orange. There is the orange color in there, but it gets more of a woody color on it, right? Swirl it around a little bit and look for the legs. I don't know, legs looking a bit thin. I'm seeing some running down, not really seeing much. So this is a Solera style rum, and Solera style rums basically has a wide range, right? This is Solera style, the oldest being 21 years old and the youngest being 12 years old. And another fun fact about this rum is that it is the only independent rum company in Colombia. So rums and rum companies are usually state-run. Some of my friends who left Colombia years ago, they told me that each state runs their own rum company type of thing, and back in the day you could not get one rum in the other area or the other state. Now I believe that has changed, but also no rum company was privately run. So this company, basically one of the founders said that basically through some loopholes they were able to make their own rum and eventually being allowed to bottle, and now they have a aged product on the line. Previously, they just used to age the rums that the government had made, but now they actually are the ones supplying bulk rum to some of the other companies that are state run. kudos to these guys, kudos to this family, because a brother and sister that started it with another person. Kudos to them for, you know, doing what they do and putting out a pretty good product, you know, just judging from the backstory and what we are seeing here today. So complete with the color, let's get to the nose. So it's a light, sweet orange zest, slight alcohol burn. So that's the thing with a fresh open bottle and a bottle that was opened a couple of days later. When I just opened this over the weekend, I smelled it and I'm trying to get the nose and I'm getting a lot of alcohol burn, and just letting the bottle breathe for a couple of days, a total difference. And that is one thing I'm trying to do now going forward with my reviews. I'm making sure I'm popping the bottles before, you know, just to give them the time, because not all rums need to breathe, but you definitely want to give each and every bottle the opportunity to breathe. And I'm definitely recognizing this with, this is now my second Latin America rum that I'm recognizing that breathing is very important. Getting a bit of a toffee, a butterscotch type of smell on the nose as well. I think that's it. So just smelling this, it's definitely a column still, and that again is signature to Latin American rums. I honestly cannot tell you of a Latin American distillery that produces out of pot still. Pot still are the older method, column stills are the newer method, right? But the difference in flavors and stuff are pretty distinct, that you can recognize the differences. Let's get into the tasting notes. Sweet, light, orange zest, caramel, really nice on the palate. And then as you swallow, you get a bitter, peppery, you get cocoa. I like it. So funny enough, on my third swallow, and I'm getting a bit more heat, but definitely dry. I don't think there's any sugar added to this. That's one thing with Solera style rums. Most times in Latin America there's sugar added. If you look at Zacapa, if you look at I think Santa Teresa as well, there's sugar added there. Zacapa has a ton more sugar compared to the Santa Teresa from my tasting. This does not show up any type of sugar at all either, so I'm thinking it's more on the drier side. Very nice, very light, pretty balanced. The bitterness on the end is a lot. That's what you get in a long aging process where the rum is really absorbing that woody flavor. It's more a slight tannic flavor to it, and also type more oaky. It's not like, you know, like you're tasting wood. It's pretty much more of an oaky flavor to it, and definitely enjoyable. The sweet and the bitter really plays well together. Like as you're sipping, like the bitterness lingers from the previous sip, and then that sweetness rolls over. I am very thankful to have this rum to review. So that's my tasting notes. Definitely an enjoyable rum, and definitely just now, let's hold that till the verdict. So what I usually do, I do my review and then I go and I look at other reviewers and kind of give you what their tasting notes are and see where we agree and where we disagree, and you know, just to see where my palate is at, because I'm growing in this rum review business and I definitely want to learn from some of the veterans out there. So today my review will be coming from the Fat Rum Pirate. The Fat Rum Pirate has been doing it for many years, so let's get into what he says about the Hechicera. He says, nosing this rum gives off a nice rich caramel toffee with orange fruity notes. I think I hit all those. I'm sure I hit the orange, and I probably said caramel or toffee as well. And then he says that it's very smooth. I got a little to nil alcohol burn. So same thing here. Zesty, spicy is more pronounced orange flavor, yeah. Red grape flavor. I did not get any red grape flavor. I'm not sure I'm learning. I'm definitely, this is one of those things I'm just like, man, my wife would get this because she's really into these tasting notes as well. So he got red grape flavor, sweet sipping with little evidence of oak or smokiness on the profile. Yeah, so did find it was kind of oaky. He says very little evidence of that. He said the notes on the bottle listed tobacco, but he did not detect that flavor. There was hints of coffee, so it was full of flavor, not pungent or cloying. It doesn't become too sweet. Okay, so that's basically his tasting notes. And honestly, I did not recognize that this bottle had tasting notes, but it does. So on the bottle it says, straight from Colombia, exuberant Caribbean coast, La Hechicera is a masterfully blended rums between 12 and 21 years, gracefully matured in former bourbon barrels with a heady scent of prunes, espresso, and cacao. The distinctive tasting notes of vanilla, orange, and cracked black pepper. The spirit holds true to its simple promise, from barrel to bottle, nothing added. Okay, so one thing I didn't say was vanilla, but I did get the orange and the black pepper. So maybe I should try for some vanilla, see if I get some vanilla notes. Okay. I think I'm getting something there. There's some vanilla there. It's a light sweetness, which I think I was more associating with the butterscotch or toffee than vanilla, but let's see what they're saying there. So that is all the tasting notes from myself, from the bottle, from the Fat Rum Pirate. That's a blog online, great expert in the rum business, and so far so good. Good rum. So what's next? What's the verdict? What do I think about this rum? Is this a must try, must buy, or must have? So a must try is you just want to taste this rum just to see what it is. A must buy is where you must buy a bottle and enjoy it to its entirety. And then a must have is that no matter what, you have to have this bottle in your cabinet, right? So for me, it is not a must have. It is a good rum. There's a lot of similar tasting notes in the Latin American category, but it does stand out in the fact that it does not have any added sugar. So for many, this would be a must have, because if you like Latin American rums and you like them without sugar, this one is definitely a standout. Definitely La Hechicera is better in my mind than the Santa Teresa and the Zacapa. However, I don't know. I think it's more of a must buy. Like for me, I would buy a bottle and taste it in its entirety, enjoy it. It is a good rum. Definitely letting it breathe for a couple of days would really give you a better tasting profile, because it started off to me a bit muted and a bit more the spicy side, and just a few days later it is sweeter, and the flavor honestly kind of developed more. Like I really enjoy the flavors more when that sweetness all developed in it after it breathed for a couple of days. So definitely for me a must buy. $50, 60 with shipping. Zacapa is like 40 something bucks. So to me, it is a notch higher than the Zacapa in the less sugar, but definitely a sweet flavor. That's kind of my profile. When it comes to column still rums, I like when they have a lot of flavor and with less sugar. That to me is really a quality column still rum. When you have a column still rum where you have to add a lot of sugar to it, you know, what a lot of the rum experts would say is that you add the sugar to hide the quality of the rum, right? So the sugar always makes things taste better. So if it's not that good of a rum, then you add sugar to make it a better rum. That's what people say. So no sugar added is always a mark of a good rum, especially when you enjoy it without the sugar added. So that's my review of the La Hechicera. I've been butchering that name a lot, the Empress, but yeah, good rum. Thanks Dodi once again. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I bring you weekly rum reviews. People have been gifting me bottles. Thank you all for those who have given me bottles so far. Ready, Set, Rum, taking you around the world, one rum at a time. Cheers.